Ooh, back to some more lore of the Chosen. We have a little bit of a breather here today, a good old rendezvous mission with only one faceless there. We'll see how many and what kind of other enemies we have to fight. Keep in mind, we have an additional group of enemies on the map, because that's how the game rolls, yeah. Any particularly great people here? Got somebody with... I see that it's Fortress. Just show me the tooltip. Alright, some Hunter's Instincts, and we've got a drone. Cool.
Moving to position. I have eyes on the enemy.
So yeah, that's oh god, is that what's it's a heavy mech.
Let's move.
Favorite kind of enemy. I had the power to completely remove one enemy from the game here on Beyond Legendary.
Yeah, let me get my groove on.
The heavy mech would probably not be it, but it would be a close second or so. Maybe close third. It would be in the top 10, let's put it that way.
I'll make it happen.
Jesus, that armor though. Those mutants are terrifying lately. And I still haven't fixed that thing. Okay. I forgot, you know. You sit down to record and you're like, I want to get into the game. I want to spend an hour fixing my configs. Well, to be fair, I didn't even think about the configs.
Anytime you're ready.
Like, let's play some XCOM.
Heading out.
Right.
So, I guess the idea should be here that we bring our drone to then shut down the mech, because I don't think we can kill it in one turn with the damage reduction.
Moving.
Already moving.
Your muton. If we do the usual activation, then everybody will overwatch the muton because the mech's not gonna move.
Eyes on the prize.
On Overwatch.
Heck yes.
We'll see. Are you actually not gonna move from up there? That is incredibly annoying. Actually, just a little bit closer. Okay. Well,
Drop 'em here.
I've got my
That
eyes on.
works.
Don't you hate it when
I'm
your
on it.
trigger finger gets
Watch
all
yourself out
itchy?
moving it just a little bit closer, just to make sure you can actually reach. You can't reach that mech. If the other group comes close enough here. I might just... Yeah, I might just move this drone. It's not going to be useful to me. So, put you up there. I'm kind of wondering, because it's kind of the flying movement is weird. You lose a lot of movement points for changing elevations.
Keep your eyes on the battle. In my
And I wonder if I can just fly from this to that without losing. Cool. Okay, so I think we're just gonna start off with a little double grenade. and then go from there.
You ain't feeling a thing. Now we gotta take this thing out.
That only did 3 damage. Now I guess damage fall off. Okay. So I saw that group like back here, so I think this should be. We're going for the stun here. Yeah, let me see what we can get in against that mech. Concerned about triggering that group. I really don't want to.
Wonderful.
Maybe you're just good here. Just taking regular shots with everybody.
This is stuff?
There we go.
That all you got?
In that case, we're just gonna do a good old stunny stun here.
I'm on it.
I'm just gonna overwatch with the rest.
You're in my crosshairs.
Non-drone violence. No, I want to shadow up. So we should be able to double knife this guy here. Apparently this is actually a flank, I don't believe. No, you're actually not lying to me, okay. Yeah, I think we're just gonna take a double knife here. Take this guy out. And then we need somebody to just flashbang the officer. Can't handle him this turn.
Flash out.
Then need like a little bit more chip damage on this guy. You think if the drone is gonna do anything here with all that armor? 2 points of damage.
I'm reading you. Whatever.
And that's 2 points of damage. Hunter drone now, though. God. Gonna be awful. We're gonna need at least 1 grenade to shred, probably 2.
Terminating with extreme prejudice.
Seems doable.
Then we're gonna have a terrible chance to hit, because now it gets damage, defense boosts because it's injured.
Moving.
Upgrade complete.
Whoa!
Assuming we're just going for the stun here, right? Okay, that's fine. For the officer, though. I think just going for another double knife seems like the play here. I don't want to trigger the final group, though.
Raiders roll.
See what we can find here. Wish I had plasma knives. Got the crit on the first throw, that's pretty good. Did we bleed? That's not 100%. Okay, running out of knives very quickly here, but he's running out of health.
Enemies up.
I know who's gonna win that fight.
What's over there?
Well, somebody is gonna have to grab that loot here.
Advancing on target. Oh, you spoil me.
At this point, it's just volume of fire.
Minimal damage.
Done and done. Oh, hell!
I think going point blank is better than going out of the zone of control, but I haven't done the math.
That was my mistake.
You get 59 from there, 44 from here.
Whatever you say.
You should have gone on the high ground, apparently.
Shot failed to connect.
You're gonna run away because you're the last survivor? You're gonna do weird stuff?
Go on the offensive.
Watch and learn. Now upgrade complete.
Alright.
Sounds like a plan.
So far, so average. There were plenty of grenades.
Ready.
Nobody took any damage, except for the ablative damage on the drone.
I'm going.
Keep your eyes on the battlefield. Let's do this. Come get some.
You can count on me.
I'm not 100% sure with this map layout where the rendezvous spot is. I think it's in the middle of this little
Sounds like a plan.
labyrinth, which actually would be fantastic since we should see that. Oh yeah, we can just sit here on the other side of the canyon and lob grenades over there.
I guess that'll be okay.
Let's go.
I thought this had entrances on each side previously. I think there was a map a change note that there was some changes to this chasm tile.
Executing.
Double time.
Already moving. Moving to Overwatch.
Raiders roll.
So way up here. Yeah, no, we're just gonna wait for next turn and then double LR grenade and then GG.
Eyes open, people.
Okay, I'll go.
Probably.
Let's go.
These guys in there.
I'll make it happen.
Well, I like this though. If this is the new change, I like, you know, you having more. I always felt like you had not enough paths up top, so now we have actually 2 additional paths up top, and we have one path that has some line of sight blocking.
Don't waste my time. Scanning.
Don't you hate it when your trigger finger gets all got it covered?
Gets the temporary seal of approval.
Everywhere.
Until I get a terrible mission on this map, then I say, oh, it sucks. Change it.
You ain't feeling a thing.
Oh no, it's a faceless. Who could have thought that?
This ought to be good. I told you. Bad guys. Better start picking these up.
What do you mean 3 armor? What are they feeding these faceless lately? Did I miss something where, yeah, we now have armored faceless? Did I bring my coil rifle? Yes.
Giddy up, boys. Boo.
Yeah, boo indeed.
Strictly business. Wonderful.
Oh, can we, like, have somebody not graze this enemy, please?
Whatever you say.
Would be amazing. Grazing.
You're just lucky they don't let you
Now,
in the
technically, he
area.
could have missed that shot, and that would indeed not have been a graze. I need to be more careful what I wish for. Now, I feel like we had faster guerrilla operations than the Rendezvous.
Allow these dissidents to fill our
The mech being stuck on the high ground and not moving for 5 turns
victory today
probably
is a
didn't help.
minor footnote in history. A small bump on the path of salvation the elders have set forth for us.
That's help us though, is the fact this region is now free of faceless.
Our friend from the Resistance is becoming one of our most trusted veterans. It's a testament to our cause.
More idea, of course, an elite stock is not terrible. Fortunately, no bio-faceless. That would have been the cherry on top. Okay, New Chile. liberated. Identity confirmed. Beautiful. Okay, so that leaves me with whatever that mission was that we hadn't infiltrated. Oh yeah, the lip free. City. I would prefer the lip free, that gives us an extra contact, but technically we have 3 open contacts, right? So I don't think we should be that picky. How we're looking though on people. Yeah, we have a Reaper, but it's a lost mission, and I don't know if I want to bring a grenade guy over there. So that leaves us with a combat medic. I don't feel comfortable using any of my gauntlet people until we get the upgraded armor and the tier 3 gauntlets. Smoke's not going to do much for us. So, getting a shotgun, which I'm not sure we have. So, good jogger. Another gauntlet guy. And then we're already down in the sergeants. The only one coming back relatively soon is here Norwich. I think I have to gamble on that one. If this is actually a troop column and not just a fake mission, then we might be able, and we're preventing troops from moving in by doing the supply raid. Maybe we actually get this down to strength 3 and then can run this lip 3 once it respawns even easier. Not holding my breath though. So we have that bond training finishing up, so we got Jane Kelly and Vivi back in action soon.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
So that's the 100% here. So the plan was, in case that is an actual troop column, and I don't have enough people to run this right back to back, then we're gonna over-infiltrate that a little bit. Complete. The other bonds to train right now, it's a shame. Let me double check. That they's still there. 7. We don't not doing anything about Shaken. So the risk is, of course, since this is our hotspot region, that there might also be a UFO landing anytime soon. So I'm kind of debating if I want to scan there for better detection. I'm not gonna. 25. Really want to do that. I do like getting resources.
Setting course for Sector 6, Eastern Europe.
Commander Tygan and Shen
Let me see what kind of squad I can conjure up out of this. Alright, a little bit of an interesting squad here, with some interesting decisions. So very, very much close range. We've got Vivi for scouting. Jane Kelly is spotting the cannon because I'm out of shotguns. These are the only 2 shotguns I have left in the barracks. And, well, combat medic can't use anything but a shotgun. And between shotgun finesse and all the shotgun crit-based perks, having a shotgun here is kind of important to make the combat engineer work. So we get cannon instead of a shotgun. That means with Chimera we're getting saturation fire. We'll see how good or not good that is. Like, I mean, we still have the Ripjack, so we can dash somewhere with a single action, get a movement only action to reposition, and then saturation fire, blah blah blah, a whole bunch of people. We could have, you know, if we had gone for saturation fire, shadow strike, some sort of phantom build here with Chimera, that would have been interesting, but then we wouldn't have, like, I still feel untouchable reflex is just strong. We have our 3rd psionic here, Hex. I did buy another alien Scion delay and another Advent Priest armor, so we're also fresh out of money again. So yeah, an off-tanker is gonna officer. I was debating here, since we have medical protocol, I kinda wanna have the medkit here and Skulljack here, because if something goes wrong with the Skulljack, we can rescue Vivi either via a teamwork or via rescue protocol. If I had Skulljack on off-tanker and something would go wrong with the Skulljack, we can't do anything, right? We don't have a teamwork buddy, we don't have an officer to rescue. Like, yeah, we also have command to rescue. So plenty of ways to get out of a tricky Skulljack situation.
Sky Ranger.
Squad green to deploy.
Okay. And at this point, I think we're just gonna stay here and scan. Okay, 150 here. So yeah, I think we're just gonna run down the clock on all of these, for reasons I mentioned. It also means our... Why? Do I wanna keep you training? I really want you on missions, but I also really want you on high officer ranks. Just looking again, it's like, how many phantom people do we have? Not enough. Alright, let's run down the clock just so that we can kind of run these missions back to back to back, and then if we get a troop column, we can then have the people to infiltrate it. Strength also didn't go up here. So yeah, we have the Investigate Advent Troop Movements mission. That is a BIP capture, but it could also be a trap mission. We don't know, we'll have to see. It's a little bit a risky one because as a typical capture VIP mission, you have a fixed evac, so if it's a trap and then the evac is on the other side of the map, that can be spicy. But we do have a fairly strong squad here. Somewhere. No, this is a strong squad. And we'll see how it goes in the next episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.